So how's it going, guys? Fly here, back with another Grand Theft Auto 5 online video. Now in this one I'm actually going to be showing you 4 Easter eggs, or one of them is actually less of an Easter egg, more of just a little secret area, that are only available to be seen in GTA 5 and online at certain times of the day according to the in-game time. So I'm going to be covering these, and if you guys do learn anything useful or do learn anything that you'd like to play in-game, of course go and leave a like down below, as it really would help me out. Now let's go. For Easter egg number 1 related to the times, I wanted to show you guys this little church or chapel somewhere in between Sandy Shores and the Tonga Valley. So if you come over here at any time of the day, every 2 minutes, which is actually 1 hour in-game time, the clock will ring its bells a pretty much random amount of times. I listened to a few of them and they didn't seem quite the correct amount of rings that they should have been depending on the hour, so you can just go over here, you can have a listen to them.
Same shit, different day, friend.
Hell yeah.
And it's also a rare place that you can sometimes find a hearse, a very rare car for GTA Online. So I thought this was a fun little Easter egg, not really helpful in any way, but I thought you guys may like to know it, as typically you don't know it as you always drive past this location in a very fast car. For Easter egg number 2, we're going to be finding ourselves down in the LS River. So if you come to this location, which I'm sure all of you know by this point on the map, it's just over down in the river where there's a small intersection and there's this metal bridge that goes over it. Any time past 9 PM in-game time, you'll be able to find all of these guys and 2 different sports cars all down here at the base of the river. So there'll be a load of people standing around in typically older clothes, and these 2 will actually set off and will have a drag race all going up the LS River. So this is actually a movie which is named Grease. It was released in 1978, and in the part of the movie it actually showed a race in between 2 cars back in the late 70s where they were racing down the LA storm drain. So this is just a reference to that, but one thing that you do need to be sure of when you get to the top of this, if you follow both races all the way up to the storm drain, is just be sure, because you'll often find 3 cars here with a lot of men just standing around talking and drinking. Be sure not to aggress any of them, don't shoot any of them, as they do all seem to be carrying guns and they will very quickly kill you. So do be careful of that. The third thing that I wanted to show you is less of an Easter egg but more of just a little heads up, and something which is down by the Vespucci Beach. Now I actually cover this in a very old tips and tricks episode that I actually released months and months ago earlier this year. But if you come to this location, which you can see now just by the end of the beach, at anywhere past 8 PM in-game time, you'll see that the market stalls, which are normally parked just in front of this little entrance here in this little garage door, are normally preventing any cars from getting through. But if you come here late at night, anywhere past 8 PM, you can actually just drive straight through this garage and you'll be able to see all the way inside and see just some kind of invisible walls and things like that, some walls that you can walk through. It's just a bit of a glitchy place which hasn't ever been patched since the release of the game, and you can see that you can just walk through and kind of go into the front of some of the market stands. Now some of them will let you shoot through, some won't, and some will let you walk back out and some won't. But if you want to come back through the way that you came, you have to be in a car. You're unable to walk there on foot. So just another little heads up that I thought you guys may like to know, as it's just a bit obscure and it's not evident in the slightest. And for our 4th and final time relative Easter egg for GTA 5 and online, I actually wanted to show you guys this little Easter egg here, which is actually over in the Raton Canyon. Now I made a video just yesterday, I believe it was, on how to get the car involved in this, but this is just going to be a more overview of the situation so you guys can see what the Easter egg is in itself without worrying about stealing the car in question. So on this north ridge of the Raton Canyon, on this small outcrop on the mountain, you'll actually see a Mariachi tornado with 2 women inside of it, and close behind you will see a line of cop cars and a police chopper. Now there'll be a lot of cops just standing around with their guns drawn ready, and there'll be a man who is in fact the negotiator, is going to go and walk up to this car to no avail, as then the 2 women do turn on the lights, turn on the engine, and they drive straight off the end of this mountain to their deaths. Now this is actually an Easter egg which is related to the movie Thelma and Louise, which was actually released in the very early 90s in 1991. In that film there was the 2 women, which was Thelma and Louise. They were both sitting in a car which looked very similar to this, just on the edge of a cliff or a canyon, and they were very nearly backed by cops and choppers, and they needed to make the decision, do we let ourselves get turned in, or what they end up doing is just driving off to their death. But in the movie we never end up seeing whatever happens, it just fades to black and the credits, whereas in the game it doesn't quite work like that. We just see them drive off, crash the car into the ground and explode. So that is pretty much our last Easter egg. So if you guys did enjoy the video or did learn anything helpful, of course go and leave a like down below, as it really would help me out, and it does of course show your support. We're just about to hit 2,000 subscribers, guys, so of course go and subscribe down below. Leave any questions that you may have for my 2,000 subscriber Q&A, of course down in the comments section down there. Speaking of which, in the comments of course go and leave a comment telling me what was your favourite Easter egg, or any other Easter eggs you'd like me to cover on this channel. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys all very much for watching. My name has been Flair, signing out.